Surviving Sin City. I'm your host, Tiffani Neilson, and it is summer here and things are really heating up. I mean, it was 113 degrees yesterday, but it's not going to be 115, which was the record high in 1973 for the 4th of July. It's actually going to be about 108 degrees, which is still so hot it's sizzling. So this is our Summer Sizzler episode, and we've got 4th of July coming up. But this past weekend, we actually went on a little trip to LA to the BET Awards and Fanfare. And we've got some footage from that where we did interviews with some of the people working the event, which were so positive and they had so much energy. It made it a great experience for the fans to get a chance to get a glimpse of some of their artists.
We're at the BT Fan Fest here to have a good time and network, have a good time with people. You know, that's what we come here for. It's our second year coming here.
Are you performers?
Oh, we are. Yeah, aspiring entertainers, up-and-coming actors and models.
Excellent. And so do you mostly do music then or actors?
We do mostly acting, but we do it all. But we do acting mostly. Yeah, you can find us on YouTube, ANC Twins. We got our own YouTube channel at World Famous Twin TV on YouTube.
And who are you guys rooting for as far as the awards go?
I'm rooting for Chris Brown. I think it's his year. Yeah, I think it's his year to get it all.
Oh, I'm rooting for everyone, but when I would say for hip-hop, I would go for Nicki Minaj, and for male, I would go for Kendrick Lamar. Anyone?
This is pretty crazy. It's really cool to see all these different brands out here, like activating, doing like makeup, and letting people take all these pictures, and you know, it's really cool.
So what are you doing here exactly?
I'm working the Key and Peele Comedy Central booth, so we're doing it's a play on their sketch, the East-West college football thing. So
Very cool. Tell us more.
cool. So they made up all these really funny names like Bismo Funyuns, and you can pick the different names and you wear the shirt East or West. They do a backdrop, and then you send it to your social or your email and you post it.
That's awesome. And so how many people do you have do this each day?
We've had a line the entire day. We opened at 1. People were coming at 12:30, so we haven't stopped all day. I pretty much haven't eaten.
And is this your first time here?
It is my first time here. Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. A lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I went to the sneaker con too. I've never seen that many shoes in my life.
We'll have to go check that out. And which artists are you rooting for in the awards?
I am obsessed with Nicki Minaj, so I'm really rooting for her all the way.
And also to enjoy some of the festivities put on by BET. There were people shooting basketball hoops and competing for some prizes. There were also people there enjoying some festivities like getting their picture taken, glamour shots, and Macy's had a great display there where they were giving people a free snapshot from the event as kind of a souvenir. And also at the event, they were doing the Sneaker Con, which, what is Sneaker Con? Well, Sneaker Con is like Comic Con, but for tennis shoes. And we got a sneak peek at what some of these shoes are, and definitely the hottest shoe out there is the Marty McFly 2015s. And this shoe represents Marty McFly going back to the future in October of 2015. So how awesome, right? Hoverboards are next? I hope so.
They're actually the custom mags. What it is that it's an actual universal Back to the Future shoe, but we actually customize it to put the Nike swoosh logo along with the decals of the Nike mag. And then also on the front, you do have the Nike. But the Marty McFlys, supposedly they're coming out was October 24th, so hopefully we'll see something.
And that's the day that Marty McFly was supposed to return to the future, right?
That is correct.
Does that mean the world's going to end, or what do you think?
Who knows what's going to happen? Hopefully there's a hoverboard that comes out too, and everything would look like Back to the Future, where all the technology is all futuristic.
So these are some great shoes. I love the bling on these.
Okay, thank you.
Very cool. Can you tell us more about those?
Yeah, this is the Michael Jordan Cigar 6, and there's another shoe, which is the Champagne. I don't have it here now to display. I actually just purchased these from a customer here at SneakerCon to put in my collection. Great shoe. Jordan made this shoe. He loves cigars, loves champagne, and so he made a pack for these two shoes. It's a great shoe, great quality leather and everything. Love it.
Very classy. And how much does something like that run?
Ooh, it ranging between $500, $600. If you have both pair, you're looking around like $1,300, $1,400.
That's pretty pricey. And are there several of these sneaker cons that go on during the year?
There are. SneakerCon is very big and global, and they bounce all around. I wish they would come to my hometown, Seattle, but Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, they're huge. I love it.
What about this authenticating your shoes? How does that work?
Oh, I mean, the authentication, like my man right here, Rob, he's a whiz at it. He knows how to break it down, and he has a little machine and a serial number that he puts it through. But a person like me, I can pretty much visually tell you if it's authentic or not. It's a lot of just different things, like you look at the air bubble, you look at the serial number, the date of that the shoe was manufactured, and just look for any factory flaws or any variant flaws, and that way you'll know if it's real or not.
Very cool. So some people, they do that to diamonds or other things, money.
Yeah.
You're like a sneakerologist.
Yes, you can say that. I'm a sneakerist.
Right, sneakerologist, yeah. Well, that was a great weekend, but I'm super happy to be back in Vegas. And I managed to beat the 330,000 people that are on their way here. And you know that the drive from LA to Vegas during a holiday weekend like that can be pretty crazy. And it's going to be a pretty intense weekend here, so get ready for it. Don't miss the fireworks. They will be shooting off from all of the station casinos at, I believe, 9 p.m. So watch those and have a great weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll be back in a second with more on Surviving Sin City.
I'm doing great today, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for inviting me down here to check this out. It's very cool.
Yeah, thank you for coming. We're really excited to have created some space here. What this is, it's a Burning Man art project that we're in the process of building. But luckily we're being able to do a lot of testing and create a community space in the process.
And we're actually in the Arts District right now of Las Vegas, and this is a really cool area because it's really been remodeled and had a lot done. I know I volunteered for the Build a Greener Block that they did, and it was a very cool project, and it's awesome to see all the art here now, and this being a part of it.
Yeah, 20 years ago, this area was really scary to be a part of. You didn't really want to walk around. It was just it just wasn't a very friendly neighborhood, and the artists have really come in and are taking over again and really reclaiming their space. And it's kind of like a great revival that's happening right now, and it's amazing to be a part of.
Absolutely. And so you said it's a little hot down here during the day because it is over 100 degrees every day here. So It's about 113 today, I think it was. It was really roasting today. So we are down here at dusk, and you usually do this at night?
Yeah, we work on this at night. We become very nocturnal with this heat. It's just, with the blazing sun and having no shade around it, it gets intense. So, come sundown, we light this up, we turn on the music, and everyone from the community just kind of comes and hangs out. People bring their guitars. It's a great space for people to come and have that human connection again.
Well, I'm sure First Fridays, this place has got to be packed, right?
Yes. Yeah, we set it up last First Friday, so and it came in with a lot of great remarks. The community seemed to love it.
So this is kind of a newer project because you said that was your first Friday?
Yes. Well, this project wasn't actually meant to be built here, although I have a goal in life to eventually get these projects out here. So the design and concept of this project is it's inspired to bring awareness to suicide prevention. And so by doing that, the scope of this, which is in this basically is, if you look around this, when it's finished, these stairs that go up and down will go all the way around the structure of the octagon, and then this will be one tower higher. And what this concept is think of a teardrop as it hits water, and in that snap instant, right as it like splashes and ripples out, we've frozen that structure, and that's our base structure for this. And then we've taken and we've fused that with a snowflake because it represents the individuality of each of all of us. So then, as you basically, the scale of this structure will is representative of the amount of tears that people left on Earth will shed when someone takes their own life too soon, and as you walk up and down these steps, it represents the peaks and valleys of life. You get to the top step here, you're on the, life is great, life is wonderful, we've all been there. But in order to move forward, you've got to go down to an equal low part. And we've all been to these down and depressed spaces. So then you go back up, and all the music inside is tuned to a vibration of 432 hertz or 528 hertz, which most music we listen to is 440 hertz, which is chaos if you look at like water under a microscope tuned to that.
Wow.
Whereas like music that's 432 goes to almost like a perfect flower of flower of life. So I mean, it's beautiful. So what we're trying to do is create a vibrational healing space by someone interacting and let's say someone's really depressed and low. But the concept is by going into this space, by changing the vibrational music around you, it's changing the vibrations with you, and then those vibrations are changing what you're going to go interact with. And so it's a way of trying to like create a way of, helping people with depression and being sad without giving them drugs and, telling them stuff basically.
I think that's just awesome because you have so many people, especially in Las Vegas, that are either homeless or, they've got a broken home life and there's violence around, and maybe they just need that serenity and that, different frequency for them to hear and escape. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and so when this is done, it's basically the rainbow colors represent the chakras system, and as well as basically all the rainbow colors together equal pure white light. So they'll be the LEDs will be starting at the very top, and they'll be pouring rainbows down, emanating out. So it's just going to be pulsing pure white light out from it when it's all said and done.
Well, I think we're going to touch a lot of people today because there was actually a huge rainbow in Vegas today. Did you see it?
There is. Yeah. Yes.
And so I think it's just a sign that this is meant to be. Maybe some people watching don't know what chakras are. Can you take a second and explain to them what chakras are?
Chakras are basically energy centers. So there's 7 major energy centers within your body. I think it's based on the Buddhist or Hindu Buddhism philosophy. But it starts with your root chakra, which is red, and then it goes orange, yellow, your heart chakra is green, your throat chakra is blue, and then you have your third eye, which is an indigo. And then your crown chakra is basically purple. So they're energy centers that go up, that people believe go in their body, and they represent different things.
And you have 2 more in your hands. That's how you release your energy,
Absolutely.
right? Rainbows.
Yes. Yeah. So this is actually going to burn September 4th of 2015 this year at 6:30 in the morning. Right now, we're working on getting all the burn paperwork all fixed up. But
so when
it's
you go
dedicated.
to burn this thing, I mean, like that seems like it's obviously a spiritual release of some sort because you're releasing all these memories that need to pass on, right?
Yeah.
But it's just, how would you even go about torching this?
Well, we have professionals.
But I mean, like, what part would burn first? And like, wouldn't you be like a little bit sad that your hard work's going up in flames?
Yes, but at the same token, nothing's permanent in life, and really it represents the impermanence of everything. Like in a moment, everything can be gone, And you put all this hard work and love, and really the satisfaction is when I come out here at night and I'm able to see like people sitting and having conversation and meeting people that they wouldn't have met before, and kind of getting those connections made. So.
And you're saving lives. I love it. Good job.
It's been pretty amazing. We, even the first day we started building this, there was a girl who came up and she was contemplating suicide, and she basically had decided she wasn't going to be there the next day. And we talked to her and had her sit down. She's real shy, but we had her at least watch us and hang out and told her about the project, and I know she's still around today right now. So we've had a lot of several amazing stories. And so when this burns, it's actually dedicated to my little sister who passed away. And on September 4th, when it burns, it'll burn 17 years, almost to the minute that she passed away at 17 years old. So yeah, it's a great way for me to have some release and help others find some, and really just suicide's something that people just push to the side. People don't want to hear you're feeling like that. People don't want to hear the downing stuff,
It's
you know?
negative,
It's
so
negative.
they
And they don't want, and even when people walk up and they ask about like what the project is, the second I mention suicide, a lot of people run. You know, they just don't want to bring that in their consciousness. But I think it's something that we really need to bring to the surface, because the more that we can bring this to the surface, you know, the more it's made aware, like maybe people who are contemplating, who wouldn't have said something before, will come up.
Well, maybe you touch someone by just talking about the gigahertz and the frequencies. Maybe they'll change the music around their house, you know, put on
Yeah.
some house music or something, and, you know, change the vibe in their house too. That
Yeah.
can make a big difference. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiffany. I really appreciate it.
Well, never take your own life. Life is too precious to ever waste. So we will be back in a few. So stay tuned, and thank you again.
Millions of people across the globe are discovering success and beauty through the power of Instantly Ageless. Put extra income in your life with a product that gives you instant results. Be part of the fastest growing home business of 2015. Now see it in action for yourself with the Instantly Ageless live demonstration.
What you want to do is twist off the top. You want to squirt out a very small amount. Flip the lid over and reseal it. So you can use this file 2 or 3 more times. Is tap a very, very thin layer. I'm just tapping a very thin layer on her skin, but you want to leave it about 10 or 15% damp on the skin. Do not rub it all the way in, because the product works as it's drying, so you want it to allow it to do this.
Okay, I'm gonna start a timer. I can't see the...
Hey, you haven't seen anything yet.
You can use Instantly Ageless before or after your makeup. First of all, you want to do all your preventative maintenance and all the good stuff first.
Is it working?
How long has it been?
What do you see? What are you thinking?
Make your own hours, be your own boss, and create the lifestyle that revolves around freedom and residual income. Sample this amazing product and test drive the business absolutely free. Try Instantly Ageless from Janess and put extra income into your life today. Fill out the form to claim your free sample now.
Welcome back. I am at Island Heat, which is a show at the Treasure Island put together by Johnny Stewart. And the show had some new additions to it, including a very talented percussionist that also has a very well-known family member. And so you are a percussionist in the show, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And for any of you watching, this is actually John Stewart's new show, Island Heat, and it's, how many days a week do you do this?
5 nights a week, every night, except Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 shows a night.
And so where are you from?
I was born in New York City, and then I moved to Hawaii and raised a family.
Oh, wow.
That's
And
where Bruno was born.
excellent. And how long have you been performing?
Oh, geez, since I'm 13, long time.
Well, after New York and Hawaii, what do you think of Las Vegas?
The heat's kind of getting to me, but other than that, I like it.
Yeah, and could you maybe give us a survival tip for being in a show in Las Vegas?
Well, it's the same in any show. It doesn't matter where you are. You pretty much got to be early, ready to go on time. You can't miss the show unless you've got pneumonia or you lost somebody in the family. You don't miss the show.
Absolutely, that's showbiz. The
That's
show must
showbiz.
go on,
Show
right?
must go on.
Can you tell me about how Bruno Mars is involved in all this?
Oh, Bruno's he's my son.
Oh,
And
wow.
He started in my show when he was 2.5 years old in Hawaii, and he's been in show business since.
That's very impressive. I love Bruno Mars.
Thank you. I hope so.
He's very talented.
Yeah, he just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
You must be very proud.
I'm very proud.
And has he seen the show yet?
Yeah, he snuck in one night.
He snuck in one night. What did he think?
He loved it.
Awesome. That is just unbelievable. Wow, Bruno Mars's father. I had no idea that talented individual drumming away on the stage was actually Bruno Mars's father. Very cool. You never know what's going to happen in Vegas. Also new to the show is Sina Foley, who puts on a show-stopping performance. It is unbelievable. Her dancing and her singing are out of this world. Definitely something that you want to see on your next trip to Vegas, or if you're a local, make sure you come down to the Treasure Island and check out this hot show. Well, I'm really excited to see you perform in the show, and you're new to the show, correct?
I am. I've been here for about 2 months now. I'm relatively new, yeah.
And what is your role in the show?
I am the principal female singer, and I'm here to just dress everything up and bring the songs to life.
And where are you from?
I'm from Oahu, which is the main island of Hawaii, if you've ever been there, where the capital is. A lot of people don't know that. And I'm from the North Shore, where they do all the surfing. It's world famous for surfing.
Excellent.
Which I can't do, I'm embarrassed to say.
You just answered my question,
Right.
but what about performing? How long have you been performing?
If I answer that question honestly, I may date myself, but
A while?
quite a while, yes.
Well, excellent. And so what do you love about the show?
You know, being here in Vegas, I sometimes feel so disconnected from my family, who is still mainly back home in the islands. And being a part of the show, it reminds me of our cultural music and the costumes and the dances, and it just brings me back home. You know, I'm from a very small hick town, if you will, on the island of Oahu, and we have the only cultural center in the whole state. And we do a lot of these types of dances, and so it's like being back home, you know, right in my small hometown, and being a part of the cast is like reliving my childhood and the music and the dances. You know, my father's from Utah, but he lived in Samoa for a while and learned the language there. My mother's Hawaiian, and so she spoke a little bit as well. And so I have a multi-Polynesian cultural influence in my upbringing, and it's just so nice now that I'm here in Vegas to be kind of immersed in that cultural stuff again. Yeah, it really takes the gap out of being homesick. Yeah.
Well, I'm also from a hick town, if you will,
Oh,
but
really?
it's in Ohio, not quite
Oh,
Hawaii.
yeah.
And they don't have many things that remind me of Ohio here, so
Oh,
I can
I'm
definitely
sure.
relate. But when I have seen the show in the past, it definitely reminds me of Hawaii, so I can't wait to see it again.
Oh yes, I know. I was so excited to be asked to be a part of it, and to see, like I said, all the songs just pop on stage. It kind of makes me misty. I'm almost embarrassed to say, but it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, mahalo.
Yeah.
All right. This show is filled with so much talent. And another new addition is Bobby Wilson, who is also related to someone who is very well known, and that is Jackie Wilson, who is a songwriter and very well-known musician. And how are you doing, Bobby?
I'm great, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I actually had the privilege of watching your show before. It's excellent.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, absolutely. And where are you from?
I'm originally from Westbury, Long Island, New York, raised in South Carolina, lived half of my life in Hawaii, and now here.
Wow,
Yeah.
very cool. And so how long have you been performing?
For 25 years. I was hired by Bruno Mars's father in Waikiki, and I started my career then. And now I have 2 songs on the ballot for the Grammy.
Do a lot of the cast members have a similar story about how they got here and their background?
No, I was all diverse and different.
Very diverse?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And so what would be a survival tip for being in the show, especially in the city?
In a show in Vegas, you mean?
In the show and the fact that it's in Vegas, yes.
Yeah, the only survival tip I can give is just to work on your craft, hone your craft, love it. Make sure you do love it, and it is something you want to do, because there are up and downs in all businesses.
And what do you love the most about being in this show?
What I love about the excitement and the music of the islands mixed in with the music of today, you know, and the smiles. I mean, did you see the kids in the show and how they were dancing to the music and
I love
enjoying
it.
it? It was
I love
fantastic.
it. It's definitely a lot of energy,
Yes,
and you
yes.
know, it keeps your attention.
Yes.
It's amazing. I hope you enjoyed watching those scenes from Island Heat. And don't forget, you can come down to Treasure Island and watch this show yourself and get tickets at Kahunaville. Thank you so much to everyone who was a guest on today's episode, especially Johnny Stewart. And until next week, you can watch our past episodes at our website, survivingsincity.com, or like our Facebook page because we would love to hear from you at Surviving Sin City TV. Please leave us a comment, let us know what you think of the show, and until next week, be safe out there, don't drink and drive, and have a happy 4th of July.